Now we are very, very happy to invite the ISRO Chairman, Dr. V. Narayanan, and we are ready to hear your lecture, and we are waiting for a long time, sir. Please.
Very, very good evening to all of you. Most respected Chairman of Institution of Engineers, TNSC, Dr. V. Karthikeyan, a very, very dynamic chairperson. We can understand, moving with somebody in 10 minutes itself, we can understand the dynamism and the way he talks, that really brings out that dynamism. And most respected and beloved, Dr. A. Sivadana Pillai sir, a very humbly sitting, a highly respectable personality in our circle. My friend Mr. Rajarajan, Director of Satish Dhawan Space Center, who is the Launch Authorization Board Chairman for all rocket launches which is taking place from there. He has to recommend. If he doesn't recommend, I cannot approve. Of course, it's a very crucial role he is playing there. And most distinguished and most respected Dr. Viswanathan sir, former VC of Anna University. I think we all know what is Anna University. Even though he is sitting there, he should have been here. Doesn't matter. We all know what is Anna University and what the VC position means. And I think I will be happy to address each and every one of you. I am not going to venture into that. Already Chairman has told everybody is waiting for my talk. And I have been taught by a lot of people, starting from my village school to IIT Kharagpur. One person who taught me a little bit on computer system and programming is sitting here, Dr. Ilangovan. Let us also give a big hand to him. And at least a couple of months I have gone to his house and studied what is computer programming, what is computer science, and those days. And of course, one of the critic and a guide who always ensures I am perfect in both personal life and professional life. Of course, we cannot be perfect, but then whenever there is a deviation, there is a auto control working in the house. And that is what is Dr. Kavita Raj who is here. I think when we talk about women empowerment, and I used to say actually some men empowerment is now required. Actually, I will tell you about her character only one thing. You know, there is a saying, not saying, when people with great mind they meet, they discuss about ideas. When people with low mind they meet, they discuss about others. I think you all will accept it. And for that example, only today IAC has taken birth, you know, two people with great mind, Jamshedji, Tata and Vivekananda. If they would have talked about others, IAC would not have come. And that is the example. And in my house, I am telling you, if over phone or anything, I cannot talk anything negative about anybody. If anything I talk, immediately one statement will come, please don't contaminate the air of this house. If you want to contaminate the air, please go out and talk and come back. So that is what is my better off. And then distinguished, even though you all are there, I understand each and every one are very, very important personalities contributing in your own domain. Secretary Department of Space is one among you only, and it is nothing different, because each person in your own domain have contributed significantly. So, and more than that, all my dear friends, and one of my close friends is standing here, who always ensure, he is a highly dynamic person. I don't know how he is having energy to lot of things at a time. He is there. And my dear young students, very, very good afternoon to all of you. I consider this as a great honor and privilege to be here. I think they have given, this is a program for felicitation, but felicitation of whom? That is very important. I consider this function as felicitation for Institution of Engineers. I will tell you why. He is not V. Narayanan, Secretary, Department of Space. Actually, I am from a very, very humble village. Not much people are educated. And generally people get dropped out at the age of 10, 12. He was very poor family background, economically backward. And then my father is a very, even though he had to drop out at the 5th standard, he was a first rank holder, but his study has to be stopped because his father all of a sudden passed away and the economic situation doesn't permit it. But even though he is a person who dropped out with 5th standard, the quality of him is much, much better than a PhD standard person's. His characteristics, nature, talking and thinking. And he ensured that we are studying. And even though there were a lot of economical difficulties, and had the opportunity to study in a village school sitting on the floor. And those days we used to enjoy because quite often there will be rain in Kanyakumari district. Once rain means holiday will be assured declared because class will be full of water. We cannot sit inside the class. So we used to sometimes tell, let it rain. And immediately such a humble small school. And then moved to high school. And I think every monthly test, I was so blessed with the first rank. And 10th standard, when I passed out with the first rank, my father, really we were not knowing, because the schools are such a schools, no guidance, things like that. Because very, very economically backward situation schools. And then my father asked one of his friend who is 10th standard by, not 10th standard failed by qualification. Now what to do? He has got first rank. Then he told immediately, if he has to get a job, please put him in the polytechnic. So he'll get a job. Very good. So application was got and I was put in the polytechnic. And after going there only, 3 months later only I understood if we have to go to engineering college, we have to go to +2, not here. Then of course people were telling if you complete with a good score, after 3 years also you can go. Then I was so much worried, 1 year I have already lost. Now one option is there, after first year I can go to +2, then I will lose any 1 year. Then better to complete and then see what is happening. Then put a target that I should get first rank. And our batch, there were 4 categories of students. One is 10th medium, Tamil 10th, with the 10th qualification Tamil medium students, 10th qualification English medium students, technical high school students having very good exposure to workshop, drawing and other things. And PUC students, last batch students, marginally those who missed the engineering, they are there. And then with this gang, we are the unprivileged, getting first rank is not that easy, but I used to work hard. And first year I got 84.5%. And when I looked at the rank, it was 31st rank in the college. And first rank holder is 92%. Then how to get first rank in the college? But then I didn't lose my heart. Only one good thing was in our batch, those with Tamil medium 10th standard, I was first rank holder. So that gave me a lot of satisfaction. Then worked hard. 3rd semester I got 4th rank, 4th semester I got 3rd rank, 5th semester I got 2nd rank, 6th semester I came overall topper of the college. Okay. Now that gave a lot of advantage because I had the opportunity to get immediately a campus interview selected, TI cycles, and that also gave me a little blow. The first rank also gave me a little blow because I got selected in the campus interview for job. Then my brother, he is just 1 year junior to me. My father was very particular, he has to come to polytechnic. I was very particular, he should not come there. And then this fight was going on and he was pushed to a +2 school. So he has completed +2 with good score. Then my father, by that time he understood, okay, engineering is something different. Then, of course, then he gave you option. He told, we are having a small house that he will sell. One small paddy field he will sell. They will move out to a rented house. So they will deposit the money in both of our names. Both go for higher studies, engineering. Because we have to go to Madurai, minimum that is the place, and we have to stay in the hostel, and it's not, he cannot simply support, and another 2 more brothers, 2 more sisters, and they have to manage the show. Very, very, very difficult, and this is the offer. And then it is a little disturbing, parents moving to rented house, and entire property is selling out, and then that money also is not sufficient for us to complete the studies, and lot of friends, relatives, they were told, you have got junior engineer trainee post, why don't you take up the job, you can support your brother also. Then with lot of struggle, difficulties, then I came for the job. Little happiness because junior executive, but then after that the story goes. After taking over the job in Chennai, one day I went to Madurai, returning to Nagarkoil, I went to Madurai Engineering College. My brother was showing the entire college and I was going around. And night I was traveling, and throughout night I was weeping in the bus. I thought I am unprivileged. At the age of 18, some job you have taken, highly responsible post. What this engineering, no, nothing, God has not blessed. This is what I was thinking and moving. Then, of course, there was a RF interview call letter from MRF. All first rank holders of diploma, I didn't apply. They got the biodata and then called 28 students. 26 people attended the interview, only 2 people were selected, and I was one among them. Then subsequently, after 16 days, moved out from there to BHL. There only I came to know all my friends, Salemanal and all the people, 80 people were there. And from there, 1984, moved to ISRO and joined there. And after joining there is a big thing. My brother, 82 joined engineering, 86 he will complete. My father always used to say, you have to complete engineering. This he was pumping. I put one target. So 86 he is going to come out. So I am having something around 2.5 years. Put a target. Let me complete AMA in 2.5 years. That is the target which was set. And unfortunately, that setting the target didn't happen immediately. The setting the target happened little late. It happened only in June, July time frame of 84. And the 2.5 years, surely I know he is going to pass out before me. And 86 May he passed out. And then I passed out 87 April. And it was 2 years, 7 months or so passed out. And that was a AMA qualification. Now I want to tell very interesting story. And my boss introduced to all people that my colleague has passed out AMA in the first attempt and 2.5 years completed. He was celebrating. And all of a sudden, one gentleman told, AMA, what, 10,000 rupees you throw and you will get that degree. My God, how much? 3 hours average sleep for 2.5 years. Got this qualification, somebody told like this. Then I thought maybe this degree is a handicap degree. To be frank, not in par with engineering. And I wanted to understand and prove, is it a right degree or wrong degree? So wrote GATE. I think by that time Rajarajan also joined with us. And 3 people with AMI background. I got the highest GATE score in Trivandrum region. And 2 more people got second and third rank in the Trivandrum region. One is his student Venkatachalamudi, another one Mr. Xavier, and we got. So I thought this degree is not a bad degree. AMA is not a bad degree because you know, engineering design has to be written 5.5 hours continuously. And you cannot take any guide inside. You have to keep all the things in the mind. And either 0 or full mark, that is the evaluation procedure. And getting pass is not that difficult, that easy. Then joined, of course, IIT Kharagpur. I was working there and took leave and joined. Then the interesting parts happened there. First 1 week, I was enjoying IIT Kharagpur, going here and there. I became the Tamil Association General Secretary. I joined the this swimming pool, that club I joined. I was made as the academic secretary in the department and asked for one secretary position. Right? That so many extracurricular activities. And study, I was taking little lighter. After a week, our elders' convocation happened. And you know, a boy from diploma studying AME never got the opportunity to see what a convocation is in a high standard institute. So I was blessed with the invitation because I was the academic secretary. Narayanan, I told my HOD, sir, I have never seen a convocation. Why don't you give me that opportunity? Then I was insane. There they are declaring, earlier it was 5-grade system. Those who get more than 80%, S grade will be given, and it was changed to 7-grade system. You have to cross 90%, then only S grade. And there was a declaration. Those toppers of the department with more than CGPA 9 will be given Best Outgoing Student Award. And at the end of the convocation itself, my targets are very clear. I must be one of the best outgoing students. But putting target is very easy, coming out, and 370 MTech students all with lowest GATE score, if my memory is correct, 95% was the lowest score. Highest was 99.98 or something. And in that, putting this target is very easy. Then I want to tell, to achieve that target, and I was General Secretary of the Tamil Association, so much extracurricular activities, people will be there, night, 9 o'clock, whoever is there in my room, I used to say, please get out of the room. Then lock the room. After that, nobody can come inside. And then read, study whatever is done that day, complete. whatever is required for preparation for the next class so that we will understand and appreciate and go to bed maybe early morning, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. This used to be the routine in IIT campus. And come with fresh mood, go to class and come back and all extracurricular activities. Today, our block, one more gentleman was there with again AMI background, one Prakash from Chennai. Dear brothers, there were 370 students in MTech. 6 students got more than CGPA 9. And 5 were declared as the best outgoing students because electronics and communication, 2 people got more than 9. So one has to be second rank. Out of 5, 2 people were with this AMI degree who got the best student award. That is the reason I have come here. I told we have to felicitate the institution of engineers, not the secretary department of schools. And it is not a handicap degree, it is an outstanding degree if you take it in the right spirit with the right knowledge. And from that humble background, we have come a long way. And 41 years I have completed in ISRO. And somebody joined with an apprentice. I was in BHL as a diploma apprentice. I used to make a statement. And the highest position in the government of India is distinguished scientist upper scale. That is equivalent to Chief Secretary of State Government or Secretary to Government of India departments. I think 2 years back. Now only I became Secretary. 2 years back itself that promotion came. I always used to enjoy diploma with apprentice to distinguished scientist upper scale is not a small thing. It is because of the blessing and God's grace of so many people. And today I have reached this position. Surely I have to salute the AMI study that gave the foundation. And I want to tell, I don't know how many of you understand when I discuss with very senior people, I don't want to quote here. People have great respect for AMI. And great respect. And I don't have any hesitation to, even when I met Honorable Prime Minister, Cabinet Secretary, Finance, whoever I met, I used to say, I am a diploma holder. I have done AMI. I have got first rank in IIT Kharagpur. I have completed PhD in IIT Kharagpur. These are all my credentials. I start with diploma and AMI. I don't know. Some people avoid that, straight away go to IIT. No, I don't avoid, because this is the institute which gave me strong foundation. So let us really thank those people. And coming to this one, today if I am standing here, there are a lot of people responsible. My parents who educated me, my teachers, I see. That's why Sunathan sir, when I am seeing here, like a Mummurti only I am seeing him. You know, teachers, I used to see God in their face, all my teachers, and all my senior officers. All were good to me. I don't know how it happened. I have reported to 13 bosses, and I was so immature sometimes, so arrogant sometimes. Sometimes I have done excellently well, extremely well, but all bosses were good to me. All teachers are good to me. And that is a great blessing. And I was going around the country after taking over. Technical work is required. Because God has given, you know how much time God has given to us. 24 hours multiplied by 3,600 seconds, you calculate, so much time is available per day. Per day is so much time. Don't see it is only 24 hours. 24 hours multiplied by so much, and we talk in rocket, millisecond, microsecond, it has to work. When you convert it into millisecond, I think we cannot count so much. So we can, this one, do the work. Night, throughout night we can do. And I was also going around the country to take the blessing of the people, my teachers, my villagers, my friends, and all the elders. I was taking blessing for the ISRO program, and for me to be a good person, right person with the right mental attitude, to do justice to all people, to make all people happy, to ensure ISRO program is contributing for India's growth and making this country as a developed country. Towards that important requirement is, yes, Almighty God has to bless, go to temple, house, you pray, but people's blessing is required. And it is this place I consider people like him, maybe a humble person today, and people like Gilanko, people like Vishwanath sir, all the people are there. I request you, all of you, to give your wholehearted blessing to us. Also, during a prayer, think about our organization to perform extremely well, because this is one of the organizations which is in the face lift of the country. And coming to ISRO, and other things. And of course, I have worked in BHL, I have got great learning. And I was thinking what to talk here. And then there was confusion. PPT, shall we put a PPT and present? Yeah, I am ready with a PPT. 1 hour it will take. I am not going to do that. Sir, don't get disturbed. Even though PPT is loaded, I am not going to do that. I thought better to talk to you. And so, couple of important videos which you will enjoy, that will be only 7 minutes video. Because in my PPT I have linked some 7. This is not meant for talking here, it is meant for some other purpose. But when I came around 2:30, my friend Karthik told whether you can present PPT. I told I am ready. But then is it apt? I am not going to do that. When it comes to ISRO, the program started in the year 1962. People like, he was there with Abdul Kalam sir. And today, you know, in the beginning, we were taking rockets in bicycles, not new bicycles, old bicycles. It was tied and moved. Today when chairman is coming, so many cars, so many vehicles. And in the ISRO, every deputy director is having one vehicle. That was not the situation. And old bicycle rockets were moved. And bullock cart satellites were taken. And we had the first indigenous rocket launch in November 20, 1967. Indigenous rocket launch, a 1 meter height. That time, Yuri Gagarin has gone to space, come back safely in 1961. 1969, Neil Armstrong is landing on the moon, and we were not even LKG standard, to be frank. 60 to 70 years behind. From that, we have come a long way. To our credit, 4,000 plus 70 rockets are launched from Indian soil. And 6 generations of launch vehicle, first being the SLV-3, last being the small satellite launch vehicle. We have built and we have launched. And the 100th first launch was unfortunately small setback. I think he will be the right person to talk 1 hour on that. Today we will not talk. Sorry. And the 100th launch, when I took over as the chairman on 29th January, the most complex vehicle what we are having is the GSLV. And generally, chairman will be little difficult. I mean, he will not pick up that vehicle for launch. Then we were very clear to pick up that as for the launch. And dear friends, it is a 100th launch on January 29th was a grand, successful launch, and Indian space program is written in the gold words. In the area of when you talk about launcher, it is amalgamation of all type of technologies. And in the area of spacecraft, till 1975, the country was not having our own spacecraft. It was in 1975, Professor U.R. Rao was the project director, and Aryabhatta satellite was built with the wholehearted support of Russians. You can read a book, I don't want to tell. India becoming a space power by U.R. Rao, you will understand what was our understanding of spacecrafts. And we built that spacecraft and placed in orbit. And till today, to our credit, 131 spacecrafts of various types, and the heaviest being the high throughput GSAT-11 satellite, 6,000 kg satellites are built and placed in orbit and serving the common man of this country. And when you talk about satellite technology, don't underestimate those who know, though it will be known. Sensors, inertial systems, cameras, structures, propulsion, software, whatnot. Lot of things are included. Today we have mastered it, has been a child play for us. When Honorable Prime Minister became the Prime Minister of this country, we built a SARC satellite, communication satellite. We conceived, built, launched, and donated to SARC countries. You please see what type of phenomenal growth from looking the technology towards other country to donating satellite to other countries. And 433 satellites of 34 countries are lifted off from Indian soil and successfully placed in the orbit. 34 countries satellite is lifted off from this country, this soil. And couple of places, even though we were LKG level, when people were in the PhD level of placing man on the moon, today we have come a long way. Today we are gradually becoming technology leader in the space area. Chandrayaan-1 is the first interplanetary mission which found water molecules on moon, and India had the privilege to find water molecule for the first time. I think every Indian can be proud of that accomplishment. Chandrayaan-3, You know, we soft landed near the south pole of moon. You all are educated, you know what it is. A spacecraft rotating with a velocity of 6,077 km per hour on August 23rd, 2023 morning, 8 times of aircraft velocity and brought to near zero velocity and soft landing like a obedient boy near the south pole, and India is the only country and first country which has soft landed near the south pole of moon. Chandrayaan 2, we could not soft land, but it was a near 98% successful mission. There is an orbiter in the orbit. The design life was 1 year, and today, couple of days from now, it is going to complete 6 years of life. And 8 payloads are pumping data after data, and one of the payload is on-orbiter high-resolution camera giving thousands of photographs per day. Not only that, in the moon orbit, dear friends, the best camera available belongs to India. That is on-orbiter high-resolution camera. And a country which was looking the satellite technology, other countries, and today we have built the Aditya L1 satellite to study the moon. And last year, January 6th, it was commissioned in L1 orbit, traveling 15 lakh kilometers in an imaginary plane commissioned. And this year, January 6th, we have rolled out 1 year of scientific data. You should see the videos taken, how the mass is getting ejected. I think phenomenal. Whether I understood, I thought whether it is simulation or reality. All realities, and we are going to reach out to 80 crore people of this country. We are putting a system to reach out the data to 80 crore people of this country, and phenomenally, and India is one among 4 countries having a satellite to study the sun. One among 4 is not the 4th rank, and a country which was 97.5% people not having proper food below the economic status, becoming one among 4 to study the sun is not a small growth. And it was Russia, you know, they are all in the forerunners and placed 37 satellites through a single launch. And we were debating in Trivandrum, always we are like a second rank holder, third rank holder going behind somebody. When we will become first rank holder? With so many people with gold medal, first rank, everything, what is the use of this? And a decision was taken in Tumba, we will place 100 satellites in a single, using a single rocket. Now, placing is very easy. 100, if it goes, it can hit here and there and collide, and all this will happen. But placing without collision is very, very important. And you know what type of studies are required, what type of things are required. This is the place Dr. Sivan, the previous chairman, one of the chairman, he contributed heavily and systematically. Today it is a history that India is the first country which placed 104 satellites, more than 100 satellites, using a single launcher, all were successfully placed. A Mars orbiter mission going to Red Planet. We have to travel 68 crore kilometers. Traveling is one thing. Then I think you all are engineering students, engineers. Simply do a simple calculation with 0.1 degree error. If it travels, where it will go? By traveling 68 crore kilometers, it will not go to Mars. It will go to some other place. And not only that, you have to go there and you have to capture that spacecraft by operating an engine realized in our department. And you know, generally the car, we have a car, two-wheeler in the house. And if you don't operate for 3 months and start, I don't think any car will start. And here the engine, and we are holding our breath. But then we have done our groundwork perfectly. And it was perfectly captured, and we had the successful Mars orbiter mission. Till today, India is the only country and first country successfully accomplished Mars orbiter mission in the first attempt. None of the countries have accomplished. And that too, if you calculate the money spent per kilometer of travel, it is lower than auto fare. That's what Honorable Prime Minister has calculated. He himself has calculated and declared to the world. And there are a lot of places we are number one. Today, after I take over also, we are putting leadership role. Today, simply sending a launch vehicle, placing a satellite is not that exciting. And we are building a G20 satellite for G20 countries. And India is taking the lead role to build that satellite for air pollution monitoring, climate studies, weather studies, and 40% payloads are ours. And we are going to launch using our own rockets, and we are giving leadership role. And we are going to launch a NISR satellite developed jointly by Jet Propulsion Lab of USA and India, ISRO, equal payloads, and built by us. The satellite is built and we are going to place in orbit. An Honorable Prime Minister standing in USA and declaring that this satellite is jointly built and going to be placed in orbit by our rocket. What type of pride we are having? Like that, lot of places really we are giving leadership role. And today, lot of new programs are there, taking man to space. We are working very hard, and this year we are going to have the first uncrewed mission. And maybe another two uncrewed missions followed by the actual mission is going to happen. We are going to build our own space station before 2035. We are going to have the next generation launcher. I think probably he is the right person who can understand and appreciate better than anybody else, better than even me. Because he was the man behind, along with APJ Abdul Kalam, the building the SLV-3 rocket, which is 17 ton lift-off mass, capable of placing 35 kg to 40 kg to low Earth orbit. The present generation is designing a rocket which is 1,000 ton lift-off mass, 1,000 times more capable than that SLV-3, which was the first rocket capable of placing 30,000 kg to low Earth orbit. We are in the process of developing. And we have been given direction to study how to take man to moon, our own brother or sister to moon, and bring them back safely by 2040. And we are building new propulsion systems. And one of the things, even though it was introduced, I would like to say, the cryogenic propulsion system where we use liquid oxygen, liquid hydrogen, is a complex system. That's the best performing system. Without that, we cannot have a meaningful program. And other countries denied the technology to us, and we have developed 3 propulsion systems. And first we failed, land, and we developed in 20 years. And second and third we have developed. Third is the human-rated C-32 cryogenic stage, successfully realized like a child play. And right now placed in Sriharikota for taking the first uncrewed mission. You will come to know the news maybe in a couple of months. And second system when we developed, there were so many, ISRO is a teamwork, there were so many project directors. I had the opportunity to lead the project in the last 7 years or 6 years of the project. We set world targets because getting first rank throughout and getting first rank in IIT and staying in this country and getting second rank in the office is not good. So we set targets. And today, the minimum time taken from the successful engine test to flight for a cryogenic system, other countries have taken time between 42 months to 18 years. And we set a target of 24 months and we have accomplished in 28 months and we are having a world record. And we developed the cryogenic system with 3 engines. Generally people take 10 to 12 engines. In our country, we should look at, just because you are in ISRO, you are in the VC of Anna University, you cannot roll out the programs just like that. You should look at the villages, what is happening. You should look at the citizens, what is happening. We optimize our funding process. And only 3 engines we set to develop and go for. Third engine should fly. In fact, when I presented this proposal in the international community, IAC, they were laughing on us. What type of program, what type of thinking? 3 engines with 24 months, what this boy is talking. And somebody asked a question. In the IAC, where 68 countries were there, a question was asked when I made this proposal and presented. They thought that I don't know anything about others' program. They asked a question, can you explain one of the country's program, what has happened? Then I took their country as an example and explained. The moment they understood that we know, next question was, are you making joke in this international forum by presenting like this? And how to handle this question? And then I had to simply keep my mouth shut. I told, whatever answer we are going to give, you will not accept. You are not going to appreciate. Dear brothers, we will come back after 24 months with successful flight data. That day we will discuss and we will answer this question. I came down and we succeeded with 3 engines in 28 months. And that is the country first sent the congratulatory note to us. And we had to do a stage level test in a test stand of 1100 crores. 5 tons of hydrogen involved, 28 tons of oxygen involved, and if you handle hydrogen oxygen carefully, it will work as a fuel, otherwise it will explode. And if you explode 1100 crore facility built over 10 years, you know what will be the fate. And I was the project director, having thought like this, put the proposal that we will not do any experiments. Go to the test and authorize the test and go ahead. That is very easy to give that proposal. And the entire team was not comfortable. And it is our honorable chairman, Kiran Kumar sir, who is a person who believes in people, who believes in our ability, who believes in our capability, approved that proposal. But the problem is, if anything goes wrong, chairman should not be blamed. It is the project director who has given the proposal should be blamed. 3 days, no sleep before the test. But then, dear friends, it is not proposed just like that. So much theoretical studies, thousands of computer simulation, digital simulation, everything was done. And countries have taken 5 to 6 months minimum for completing the test. It is a history ISRO has completed in 34 days, and we have made the 3rd world record, and no country has made this world record till today. I am 100% sure, before we celebrate 100 years of independence, no country is going to make this world record. That I am saying. And thereby, today the organization has come a long way, and lot of programs are there. And all these things are meant for serving the common man. Yes, rocket is there, launch satellite for what? And if I have to talk about the application, it will take minimum 7 to 8 hours. Because each application is unique application. Television broadcasting. You know, there was a time, only 4 or 5 songs will come, volume, on Friday. Today, what is the status? And there was a time, if you have to make a phone call to some other place, you know, you have to book a trunk and wait for hours and hours. And calling USA or Russia or Japan, I think unimaginable. And today, what is happening? Making a call from here, if you don't get the line in 30-second US call or UK call, you get disturbed because you are not getting. And that is the revolution which has happened. Disaster warning and mitigation, you know, what is happening? We save thousands of lives. Earth observation and resource management. Potential fisheries zone monitoring and giving benefit to the people. Potential fisheries zone, 30,000 crore per year we are getting benefit because of the satellite data and having proper place of fishing. And our budget is half of that per year. And navigation applications, strategic application. And monitoring the yield forecasting. Without understanding that the agriculture sector today doing phenomenal work, and we contribute multiple places. And when you talk about ISRO, I am very clear by 2047 or 2040, that is the vision of Honorable Prime Minister, a great personality who always think about individual citizen of this country, who always work for the development of this country and making this country as a developed country. And under his leadership, he has given the roadmap of Indian space program. And we are going to become world leaders. We are going to be in par with any other country before we celebrate 100 years of independence, and we are going to contribute for the common man of this country. Space program, there should not be any space between space and common man of this country. And it is true. And it is going to be the reality right now. 50% we have achieved, and everything is going to be achieved. And behind this success, it is not one Rajarajan who is authorizing the launch is responsible. It is not the responsibility of the chairman is responsible. Chairman is what I am talking and going. And it is the teamwork which is responsible. It is the teamwork which is responsible. We strongly believe the organization and the country is above individuals. That is responsible for this success. We strongly believe our industrial partners and academia can contribute for our program, and we are hand-holding. That is responsible. We have got an open culture. The youngest person can stop chairman is wrong on technical ground, and if the youngest person is right, he is right, chairman is wrong, and we appreciate that. That is the working culture. And we are standing on the foundation made by our elders, Vikram C. Sarabhai, Professor Satish Dhawan, Professor U.R. Rao, Dr. Kasturi Rangan, Dr. Madhavan Nair, Dr. Radhakrishnan, Professor M.G.K. Menon, Dr. Kiran Kumar, Dr. Sivan, Dr. Somanath. I think each person, under their leadership, they have taken the organization to every time the graph is going up. Last 10 years, out of 433 satellites, 90% foreign satellites went off last 10 years. That shows the exponential growth of the organization. And dear friends, I think I can go on talking. Each area one can spend hours of talking to you, and working 41 years in ISRO, 1.5 years in great organizations like BHEL, TA Cycles, MRF, understanding little bit about the dynamics of the private sector, public sector undertaking, then coming to government sector, and starting the career with the diploma apprentice and reaching to the distinguished scientist upper scale and chairman and secretary department of space. Surely, I am a person with ground. 10% of my time I spend time with gardeners, cleaners, those who serve the food in the canteen. That's what I do. Chairman job is not only giving high-funda work. Every aspect of the house, if the house, somebody has to say the house is good. If the bathroom is not cleaned, how the house can be good? If the food served is not good, how the house can be good? And we concentrate on every aspect. And I go behind those contract people who really do the building. And we strongly believe, I used to make a statement, a director who is working for the organization, if he is not systematic, a contract person who is serving tea in my office, he is systematic, his contribution is in par or better than a director. This is what we believe. And so thereby, this organization is built by generations of leaders and contributed by a lot of people. And to summarize, I request all of you people to bless us, to contribute for making this country as a developed country. Surely the country will become a developed country. I want to quote one reason why it will become a developed country. Don't think that this fellow is simply talking and telling some stories, and because he has become secretary and he is talking all these things. Don't think like that. You know, when we got independence, the average life of Indians were 32 years. Today it has become healthy, 71 years. What type of contribution by the health department? We were not having any missiles at that point of time. Today, to safeguard us, we have enough. I think thanks to people like Sivadharana Pillai sir, so much is done. Take atomic energy as a department, what phenomenal contribution they have done. Take education system, hardly we had, if my memory is correct, close to 3,000 primary schools today, something around 8 lakh plus primary school in the country, and 14 lakh plus schools in the country. There was no IIT, no IIM. Today, what type of institutions we have built? We can always stand and criticize our country, but we also should know how to appreciate our country. We should criticize so that we will correct ourselves, but we should appreciate so that we enjoy. And one point I want to say, it is not a story. You know, when Prime Minister Modi ji took over as the Prime Minister of this country, his first trip to UK, he, along with his counterpart, UK Prime Minister, they were addressing the public. I don't know how many of you have seen that address. Night, it was late night or early morning, 1:15. I was in a guest house, I didn't sleep because I was very particular to see. When we saw a Honorable Prime Minister of UK coming and addressing the audience and contributing, talking about the contribution of India and contribution in the software sector, contributing the engineering sector, contributing the health sector, and so much appreciation. I don't know how he made that type of appreciation. At the end, making a phenomenal statement. I quote, the statement is heavily loaded statement. I quote, the days are not far away. Honorable Prime Minister Modi ji is sitting on the dais and he is talking, and almost lakhs of UK citizens and with couple of thousands of Indian citizens are there, and UK Prime Minister making a statement. The days are not far away for a Indian born UK citizen becoming Prime Minister of this country, Prime Minister of that country. I understand. Today you know what is the history. And a country which was ruling us, today economically we have bypassed and we have become fifth economic status. What a phenomenal growth. Surely India will become a developed country. Dear brothers and friends, young generation students, I want all of you to noble heart you should have. With noble leadership qualities, you should work and contribute for making this country as a developed country to meet the vision of, meet the target of our Honorable Prime Minister, most respected Narendra Modi ji. Thank you. Jai Hind.